Once again, welcome to Tutorial India. Today we will continue with the next session of email marketing. Today's topic is crafting compelling subject lines for email marketing. So this session will be useful to you if you have gone through my previous session. So do not miss the previous session, because if you do not go through the previous session, then this session will be of no use to you. So let's get started and let's get a clear idea that what should be the technique or tips that you need to follow for crafting a compelling subject lines for your email marketing. Importance of subject line. The first thing first that you need to know here, that what is the importance of subject lines, why subject line is important for email marketing. It creates a positive first impression. It must be concise and descriptive, and it must have the power to engage the audience so that they can reach to the call to action button where they can make the buying decisions. The subject line is the first thing that recipients see and influences their decision to open an email. A compelling subject line captures the attention and entices the recipient to engage with the content. Because if the first impression is good, if the first impression is if you create a positive first impression with your subject line of your email marketing campaigns, then it can easily catch the attention of your target audience and they will click on it. When they will click on it, they will read the entire information. After that, if your offerings are good, if your offerings are captivative, then they will take the buying decision. So for your business to grow and prosper, it is essential that your subject lines need to be professional, your subject line needs to be compelling, your subject lines need to be a problem solver. So only then uh, it can bring traffic, it can bring more conversions for your brand. Craft subject lines that are concise. Your subject line must be concise, descriptive, and summarizing the main content or call to action of the email. Avoid misleading or clickbait subject lines to maintain trust. Yes, clickbait subject line can kill the trust of your brand, and you must try that this type of content must be avoided, because the more jargons and more you use in your subject line, it can confuse your target audience. So try to avoid these things while writing a subject line for your email marketing. Call to action. Incorporate a call to action within the subject line to prompt the recipient to open an email and take the desired action, such as responding to a query, exploring an offer. Because if you want that your audience to respond to your offer and to reach the call to action button, it must contain your subject line must have a appealing approach, and it must not be boring, or the email must have the subject line that engages with your target audience and can create a win-win situation for both the reader as well as the writer. So keep this thing in mind while writing a compelling subject line. The next step is tailoring the subject line. How you can devise your subject line, means how you can write your subject lines with some easy steps. Personalization, relevance to content, urgency and curiosity. Personalize subject line whenever possible by including the recipient's name. You can include the recipient's name or referencing their specific interest or preferences. Personalized subject lines create a sense of individualized communication. Your subject line must be in such a way that it must show that you are giving the importance to the reader, you are giving the importance to the reader's needs, you are giving the importance to the reader's problem, and you are addressing the problem and providing them the solution. And your email marketing and your email must contain a sense of problem solver attitude towards the reader. Only then it will bring fruit to your organization. Ensure that the subject line accurately reflects the content of the email. It must see your subject line is one, but your content within the subject line, content within the email is another one. So this will not work. Your subject line must synchronize with the content that you are providing to the reader, or the offers you are providing to the reader. So it must gel with each other. Only then it can help you to gain the maximum traffic and maximum conversion for your business. Urgency and curiosity. Use languages that conveys the urgency or arouses the curiosity to motivate the recipient to open the email promptly. However, maintain authenticity and uh, authenticity in your subject line. The next step is A/B testing subject lines. Testing variations. Implement A/B testing to experiment with the different subject line variations and assess their effectiveness, analyze open rates and engagement metrics to identify the most impactful subject line strategies. Iterative improvement. Continuously refine and optimize the subject lines based on A/B testing results, incorporating insights into future email campaigns. Iterative improvement enhances the relevance and impact of the subject lines. Data-driven decisions. Use data and analytics to inform subject lines decisions, leveraging the insights to tailor the subject lines to the preferences and behaviors of your target audience. Subject line best. What are the best practices for subject line? Avoiding spam triggers, mobile optimization, and alignment with email content. Means steer clear spam triggers in the subject lines, such as excessive punctuation, all caps, misleading content, comply with email regulations, and best practices to ensure deliverability. Mobile optimizations. Mobile optimization will consider the mobile viewing experience when crafting the subject lines, as many recipients access emails on mobile devices. Optimize the subject lines for mobile readability and impact. Maintain the alignment between the subject line and the email content to deliver on promise made in the subject line. Consistency builds trust and encourages continued engagement, because whatever you are telling in your subject line, it must get reflected within your content of the email market as well. Only then it can help you to build trust and long-term relationship with your clients or long-term relationship with your readers. So keep this thing in mind while writing the subject line of your email marketing. So along with this slide, this session comes to an end. And if you have any queries or any doubts in your mind, then you can feel free to communicate with us in our comment box. We will make a prepared video on it also. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Tutorial India. In future, in the next session, we will wrap up this session on email marketing in our next session. So till then, bye bye. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you all.